Hey everybody, so today I'm going to do a video that's basically this here. This is the Slithering snake, and what I'm going to do today is turn this into a kind of a wider and thicker version of this, and it's going to have two strands instead of one. I'll show you what I mean by that. So I've got 8 feet of this thin red line color, and I've also got 8 feet of the Tar Heel blue, and I'm going to run both of them the same way, right down where I already flattened the ends. So I'm just going to go down through the buckle, and this is a 3/4 inch buckle. I'm going to open this up, grab the ends and pull it through, and we'll get the cow's hitch attached to that buckle there, and then we're going to do the same thing on the same side with the Tar Heel blue. Got 8 feet of this as well. So down through the buckle. Alright, and we're going to open that up, reach through and pull your excess through. Okay, get those pulled nice and tight, and then we're going to flip the buckle over, run this paracord through your fingers so that you can get rid of all the twisting, and then we're going to take all 4 strands through the bottom of the buckle. So flip that back over, and then we'll take these up through the black and the blue. I like this thin red line because, just like the name suggests, there's a little one strand of red in there. Might be easier to see it like that, but it looks pretty good. I did this in another bracelet. I think I did this in the woven weave, and it turned out pretty good. Okay, so I'll pull this all through now, and what this is going to do is it's going to give me 4 inner strands, and it's going to give me 2 working, well, it's going to give me 4 working strands, but they're going to act like 2 because we're going to do it with, we're basically just going to work the same color strands as one. Okay, so what I'm doing now is I just opened up the buckle, and this is outside of the buckle facing upwards. So basically just like that, I just opened it, and then we'll get a measurement. And actually I'm going to use this one because this one fits pretty good. Just open that up a little bit, and that should be good. And this is the tank tracks. I did this a couple days ago. This is one of my designs. Okay, so once you get to this point here, you've got your blacks going off to the right and your blues going off to the left. Now I want the blues to be my zigzag pattern. You know how the yellow on here is going back and forth, back and forth. So I want to take the blue, grab both strands, take it around the back, and off to the right side. And if you do it right, you should end up with the black underneath of the blue. So when you go around the back, you're going to come up over top of your right strands here. And this is just for this first step. So then take your black ends, and there's going to be a hole here, right where my finger's coming up through. Take your black ends and go through that hole and pull those off to the left side. Now when you're pulling this through, make sure that you get all your twists out of there, because you don't want any twisting between the 2 cords. Okay, and we get that pulled up tight. And that's just for the first one. That's just to get this pulled tight and get it kind of locked onto the buckle. Now, from now on, you're going to have the same technique. So once you get that tight, you should end up something kind of like this. It's just basically got a knot. Here, this is flipped over, so make sure that you get this knot on the back, just like that. I'll flip this back over. Zoom in just a little for you. There we go. Alright, so once you get your black over like this, now you can take the blue over the front. So take that back off to the right. And your blues are going to always cross over the black. And then your black is going to go down through this loop right here. So just cross over your blue and bring that off to the right side. So it should look something like that. And then you can go ahead and tighten this on up. And try to keep your colors from twisting on each other. Get that pulled tight, and get the blues pulled tight. Can't talk. Alright, and then if you see any slack, try and get that slack out of there too. Alright, so we got the blues pulled tight, blacks pulled tight. Now we're just going to zigzag this over and do the same thing on the other side. So the blue's always going to go over the black. The black, you're going to have a loop right here to go through. So take your black and go down through there. And then pull it tight. Alright. And you always want to keep cinching this up too. So just keep on pushing it up toward the buckle. And pull all your slack through. This one tends to build up some slack with the black on the back side, so make sure you get that slack out of there. Alright, this first part of this bracelet doesn't look the best, but once you get going it'll start to take some nice shape. Alright, now we'll just do the same thing. Take the blue back over. Okay, you're going to go over the black. Get that up out of the way. You can put your finger in there to kind of get, you know, that loop there, and then take your blacks down through there. Pull that through. Now you can pull both of these at the same time. Just make sure after you do that to cinch it on up. Make sure you push it up toward the buckle so you can hold on to the center strands here and then push it on up. And then just make sure that everything's lining up okay. Just like that. And I'm just going to call this the slithering snake variation. It's just the same thing as the slithering snake here. It's just we're using double cordage. Okay, so we go back over. We're going to go over the blacks. Use your finger to make a hole there. And then take that black around the blue and go down through that hole. Okay. Get this pulled tight. Do the same technique, just kind of pull them both at the same time. And then you can push that up to cinch it up. So we're getting kind of like a checkered pattern sort of thing going here. It'll start to take shape. I'm going to do one more here just so you can make sure you're getting this right. So we're just going to take the blue back across now. I'm going to go over the black. The black should already be on the left side. Just going to go over the black. Create a hole right here with your finger. And then that black is going to go around the blue and down through that hole. And come around the other side. Alright, pretty easy. I like this color combination with the red stripes in there, it looks pretty good. And then just pull everything nice and tight. If it helps, you can pull one strand at a time. It kind of helps to take up some slack that you can't get to by pulling both at the same time. And then hold your center strands and just cinch it up. That'll fill all those little gaps in there. Alright, so I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to get down to the end. I've got four strands here that I'm going to have to figure out how to cut. Might have to tuck them, but we'll figure it out. And I'll be back. Okay, so I have just enough in here to do 2 passes of the Solomon, and that's how I'm going to finish this. But instead of using both strands to do it, I'm going to use one at a time. So what I want to do is I want to take the one that's furthest away from the end, cross that one over the center strand, create a loop on the right side, and then take the furthest one away, go over top of that one, and then up through here, up through that loop. Okay, try to keep everything flat. Try to bring that black one from the front, or from the back to the front, this right here. Go ahead and pull that nice and tight, and then go ahead and finish that. Don't go to the next step yet. There we go. On this one, I think I'm going to just use a regular lighter instead of a torch lighter. That nice and melty. Once you get that nice and melty, go ahead and take a pair of scissors and just get that kind of pressed in there so it can't go anywhere. And come over to the other side. Do the same thing, cut your end off. Get this side melted in there. There we go. And there's that one. Now we got 2 strands left, so you're just going to do the same thing. Don't stick your thumb into the melted part like I just did. You might lose feeling in your thumb. And we'll just do another Solomon. And depending on how this looks, yeah, we're still alright. The pattern still kind of remained similar. You still got your 2 black ones coming up, and you still got the blues crossing. So that's good. That's what I was kind of going for with this one. Give another snip here. I'm going to try out my... It's just really hard to see the flame with all the lighting that I have, so I can't really see it, but we'll go ahead and do it with this one. There we go. Press down. Same thing with this one. Ooh. Probably shouldn't have set that down while it was still on. It was shooting flames out while it was laying down there. That's probably not very smart. Alright. Well, there it is. That is basically the wide version of the snake in the grass. I like it a lot. It's got kind of a checkered pattern to it. It's more of a checkered pattern than some of the other checkered patterns that I've done, but I like this one a lot too. Hope you like this. Got this idea from someone else that used this one and just added an extra set of chords in it. So I was going to name it, but I think I'll just leave it open and we'll just call it the variation of the slithering snake. Did I say snake in the grass? I didn't mean that. The slithering snake is this one, and this is just a variation. It's the same, you do the same ties, it just a little bit wider. Alright, well, please hit that subscribe button. Try to get a video to you at least every day, or I'm sorry, at least every other day, almost every day though. And thanks again for watching, and paracord on.